In 1986, a team of workers in Romania drilled into the ground, searching for a suitable site to build a power plant. What they broke into instead was a sealed chamber that had been cut off from our entire world for over 5 million years. And inside, something had been alive the whole time. Geologists later confirmed the cave had been completely isolated since the Neogene period, long before modern humans ever walked the Earth. No sunlight had touched its walls. No surface air had ever mixed with what was trapped inside. It was, in every sense, a world frozen entirely apart from our own. Breathing inside Movile Cave would be lethal for an unprotected human. The air holds barely half the oxygen we're used to, mixed with dangerous concentrations of hydrogen sulfide, methane, and ammonia. And yet, somehow, this toxic chamber wasn't empty. It was thriving. Normally, almost every food chain on Earth begins with sunlight. But down here, that rule simply doesn't apply. Instead, specialized chemosynthetic bacteria feed directly on the cave's carbon dioxide and methane, building the base of an entire ecosystem out of chemistry alone, without ever needing a single photon of light. Every animal that has adapted to this darkness carries the same haunting signature. Eyes that no longer function, since vision offers no advantage down here. Skin that has faded to pale, ghostly translucence, because color serves no purpose when nothing can ever see it. Without sight, these creatures rely entirely on touch and chemical signals to survive, sensing vibrations, textures, and scent trails through the darkness. Over millions of years of isolation, an entire array of species evolved this way. Water scorpions, spiders, leeches, and centipedes, each one uniquely shaped by the absence of light. For over 3 decades, scientists cataloged dozens of these strange species. Yet the true apex predator of this hidden ecosystem remained a mystery. Then, in 2018, a team of speleologists exploring the cave's deepest passages collected a specimen unlike anything documented before. Genetic and morphological analysis confirmed it as an entirely new species, formally named Cryptops speleorex, literally translating to King of the Cave. At up to 2 inches long, it stood as the largest creature ever recorded inside Movile, and it hadn't earned that name by accident. Like all centipedes, it hunts using venomous fangs called forcipules, injecting paralyzing venom into anything it captures. But unlike its surface-dwelling relatives, this predator is completely blind, hunting entirely by touch and chemical trails through absolute darkness, at the very top of a food chain built on toxic gas and bacteria. Researchers compared its genetics to closely related surface centipedes and found something remarkable. This species had been evolving in complete isolation for so long that it had become genetically and physically distinct. An entirely separate branch, shaped purely by millions of years spent in permanent darkness.
This discovery caught the attention of more than just biologists. Astrobiologists now study Movile Cave as a working model for how life might survive on other worlds, in places like the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn, where sunlight never reaches, yet chemical energy might still sustain life. Because this ecosystem is so fragile, access to Movile Cave is now tightly restricted. Only a small handful of scientists are permitted inside each year, wearing protective breathing equipment, and every visit is carefully limited to avoid disturbing a world that survived completely undisturbed for over 5 million years. Even after nearly 40 years of study, researchers believe Movile Cave hasn't given up all its secrets. New passages remain unexplored, and scientists suspect entirely undiscovered species may still be living in sections of the cave no human has ever reached. That's what makes Movile Cave so haunting. Even with modern science, we may never fully map every passage, identify every species, or understand every adaptation hidden within it. Some mysteries, sealed away for millions of years, may simply be built to outlast our ability to solve them. Sealed for over 5 million years, ruled by a blind king that never once saw the light, Movile Cave remains one of the strangest, most self-contained worlds ever found on our planet. If this fascinated you, subscribe, because tomorrow we uncover another secret still hiding in the dark.